Marcel, we fought, we got the 3 points, big 3 points in the context of the table. We really, really needed it. Showed guts, showed determination, showed a bit of quality at times to get the goal as well and make chances. But a massive 3 points.
Massive 3 points. I mean, closer to the top of the table now, and you want to still be in and around it around January, December. I think December we got the World Cup, but towards the end of December. And for the first maybe 5 or 10 minutes in both halves, it was a bit slow. I don't think we got our passing combinations right in the first 10 minutes of both halves. But once we started settling into the game, I think the first half was more of our half. We were more dominant in spells for at least 30 minutes or so, and it looked a lot better. Ronaldo was a bit, hit and miss a lot of the time. I mean, in the first half, lots of early shots, but nothing to come of it. I think Delo was brilliant.
How does let's do it, because there's good. I think in these types of games, you get certain performances that kind of go under the radar a little bit because it will go to Rashford, or everyone's going to talk about De Gea's saves and etc. Dalot, this is a guy that's just going and going and going and going. No sub appearances, nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy. And last season we had this issue where they weren't looking at, you got to open up your body as a fullback and see what's coming over your head.
He's the struggle.
Every single, I think even Wan-Bissaka had a big issue as well.
We always used to concede goals from it, remember?
So but today, every single head at the back post, he's getting it. He's beating his man there. A flick on head. I've seen Trent struggle against Mitrovic this season with that kind of thing. Just at the back post, being aware. And Delo was brilliant. And Baran was a tricky customer, man. I think
good feet.
Brilliant feet. And then and their only thing, especially in that first half, was that counter attack. And he had everything. He epitomised that counter attack. Side Benrahma, because when he picked up the ball, he was driving, trying to cause issues. But we shepherded him. We kept him quiet. It was very, very good to see. I mean, Martinez, it's almost like he's producing 7s, 8s, or 9s every single game.
He's just almost flawless at the moment.
Almost flawless. I don't get it.
And he's playing without Varane now. He's proven that, okay, I've got to play with Maguire, no problem. I've got to play Lindelof, no problem. And his game stays super consistent.
Yeah, I mean, he made Maguire look good. I mean, big blocks in moments. And I thought to myself, Maguire comes into this game and maybe he looks like someone that is the right fit out of the selection that you have, and it's an aerial threat. Moyes is going to stink up the game a bit, and he was solid. He made big blocks. He made big tackles.
He did today, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It's just he delays on the ball too much, and he's pointing at people in the stadium, and we can all see him pointing. It's a thing where you've either got to move into position quick enough, or you've got to communicate with your players so that they move into position quick enough. It's a communication thing, and maybe it's minutes. I don't know. Maybe he needs more minutes to play, and I'm surprised he maybe played, but it looked like he could fit out the two. Luke Shaw's been consistent.
He again is another one that's there's just a sense of just a surety around him. Like Jarrod Bowen is a good player.
He is.
And I feel I'm looking at him like, I'm just comfortable with Shaw there. I know he's going to do a steady 7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what he was today.
Is it the Martinez effect? I would give it to the Martinez effect. He comes in, he has this boisterous, he's very aggressive, and everyone just picking up on that. They want to, I'm seeing Luke Shaw barge people. I'm seeing him get into tackles first. I'm seeing Maguire putting a foot in there. I'm just seeing people be more aggressive. And of course, Casemiro adds to that attitude as well. Even when you think you've beaten him and he's falling over, he's still going to put a foot in. Away, He still gets something on it. And he's got the round corners, like you've been mentioning, the round corners, the clips. I saw him do an excellent sweet pass out to Delo.
Yeah, and then we crossed it and we get a chance. Yeah, and that was at a stage really early in the game.
Yeah, it was.
And that was when we were playing quite lethargic.
Yes.
A few people in the stands like, move it quicker. But it feels very deliberate of how we're playing, and they're taking their time, and then he just injects that little zing out to the wing. I do remember that.
I still feel like it's a bit of an issue though sometimes. Is our movement deliberately like that? And it's a good point. I'm still trying to work it out, Flex. If it's deliberately like that and we're just trying to get the team to come up higher up the pitch.
I think it's...
I think it could be that, or it's just because we're so annoyed as a fan base.
Yeah.
It's a bit laboured. Then we see it
quicker,
go back.
Do it quicker.
I think it's that counter-attack essence that we have. But, we're seeing it go back and then we're waiting for it to go forward again. But they're playing intricate passes.
Think about the goal we scored against Arsenal. Remember that?
Yeah.
And everybody touched the ball and then it came back. And I remember even when I think it was Martinez or Varane, one of them, who actually passed it back to De Gea. And I remember there was a bit of oohs and ahs at that point. Yeah. But I think in the long run, I think we look back in like a year's time and say, remember when we were kind of unsure about why we're playing so slowly in this? I think it's part of the plan.
Yeah.
Where at the early stages it will get a bit frustrating. Rashford gets his goal.
Yeah. A big game player for me. Scored in all the big games. And has changed. Sancho's looking a bit like the old Rashford a little bit. Just not really in form, confidence gone. But once you get confidence as a player, goals come. We've seen an elite Rashford. We've seen Rashford hit 15 plus a season. We're going to need that again from him this season. And right now he's looking like he's coming on. Every single game where we need him to score, he's scoring. Yes, again, against Newcastle doesn't play well and doesn't score in the big moment header, but he's rectified it today. That's what you kind of need from players, man. I like players when they're playing out of poor form. So I'm hoping to see Sancho come back on and do that,
It's not like Elanga came in today and did anything to warrant saying, okay, right, this is my shirt now. He kind of struggled to impose himself. Positionally, he's always going to work hard to get back in and then just be in shape. But
he works so hard.
Yeah, but you just want a little bit more there. But, Ten Hag's fair, isn't he?
Yeah.
If you play well, you keep your shirt. If you're not playing well. So, again, there might be Thursday night might be a chance for someone else.
Eriksen plays well and plays a ball over the top to Elanga, and Elanga comes running across,
left foot.
Through. Yeah, like it's little. He's young though, so it's hard for me to judge him. But then I see Garnacho so dynamic 1v1, and he looks like he can create things. But Elanga's got the ability, and he's got the runs. He's working hard. He's just got to continue to do that in the team right now. And Eriksen again got a long stay within the team today. Again,
assist for him too as well for Rashford.
It's just high level. It's just high level. Today we didn't dominate, but it was moments, and that was another key moment. I don't even think he looks. He just knows and has a feel for where the play.
I saw it at half time. I thought I just want to see the quality of the ball and the finish. I want to see the build up.
Yeah.
And you see it at half time. He gets the ball down because I think Bruno heads it to him. And he gets it down. He takes half a look. When you see the replay, you'll go, wow.
Yeah.
He literally just does that so quick and puts it on a sixpence.
So, the best players, they're checking their shoulders 3 and 4 times and half checks. They just understand what's on the pitch, and he's one of those, man. And it's so important. I'm so glad it's worked out the way it has for us this season in terms of in the market, and it needs to be the same in January. Second half, Fred comes on, is running about well, and Scott, but you can just see they're not out and out sixes.
No.
You get your Caris.
Fred, he scored.
Yeah, he did. I hit the post, didn't it, with that header? Yeah. I'm on the east stand. I was on the other side.
Yeah,
so
it
was hit the post. But he played well. But our huge problem again is that forward line. I said it on Twitter. The Man United front six will defeat the United the West Ham low block, but it's just not good enough. It's not a high level front six. We're trying to get the fullbacks in as much as possible, but we're not creating enough in that forward line. We definitely need something extra. Ronaldo looks a little bit out of place in this team, man, and it's really sad to say, but it looks like everyone else is a team, and then when we get into that forward line, he's coming deep too much maybe, or if he's staying up there, he's offside, laboured to come back in and create. It's weird. I don't understand it. It's weird for me.
To finish off, who was your man of the match?
You could give it to. I have to speak about that.
Wait there. Oh my God. He thought he was going to get. He thought he was going to. I nearly let him get. Guys, you guys would have crucified me in the comments for not even bringing up his name. I'm sorry, community. It was basically saved the best, the greatest, till last. No, look, it's not about agenda. It's about talking about the 90 minutes, man.
Yes.
And David De Gea came up with some big set. I haven't actually seen them back to see whether he should have saved it, were they outstanding? Because I'm so far away, they just look like outstanding saves. So I haven't seen them back yet, but I know they were important.
Let's just start with.
Well, you're in the East Stand, so you should see.
Yeah, clearest.
Yeah, so maybe you can how good were the saves, Marcel? Because I was too far away.
Different gravy. Zuma's one, he's a little bit off positioned, and it just falls to Zuma randomly, but half the goal is still required to be covered, but he's not there for it, and he just gets across, strong hand. And then the Declan Rice one, it's going in the top corner.
Is it going top bins,
It's going in the top corner.
Okay.
So it's a different gravy. And you and yourself and Owen had mentioned before, during summer, his first priority is to save shots. That's what he has to do first, and I understand that.
And he swept. There was a time when Harry Maguire was in trouble in the first half. I think it's Skamaka or someone was through.
He came out early.
And he came out, he clearly hit the flipping roof. Do you know what I mean? Good starting position.
Yeah, that's what you want, though. If you can't, retain possession, which I would have wanted, but then there's moments where Bruno's breaking lines and you want a good quality kick from your hands and he hasn't got it. So,
but he chooses not to do it, though, because it maybe he ain't got it in the he'll just roll it out or keep it simple.
Yeah, I'm not going to dispute that. But today, when we're talking about this 90 minutes, he got paid to maybe save those shots today. That it's a 3-1. It's a 3-1 game if he doesn't save it. 2-1 game. So I appreciate that, but I think there's better goalkeepers in the world football right now, and that could maybe do more for us in terms of progressive football, in terms of attacking football. And
it doesn't even necessarily look after he does that. It doesn't even necessarily need to be the question. I'm not even trying to do the whole should he stay? I'm just saying today, big save. Yeah, that's all it's about.
He must be praised. You can almost put that as he's given us the 3 points today.
There you go, match winning save. saves.
Match-winning saves. So, and when people are talking about, you know, oh, he contributes in that way, he wins us points. I understand that now. I've seen it. Last season I didn't see it. I'll be that honest. Last season I did not see it, but this season I can clearly see that's 3 points given to us because of what he's done today in this game. So fantastic. I wouldn't give him the man of the match though.
Who is your man of the match? Yeah. Look at Marcel. Yeah, but he's not man of the match. How about that?
No. So Martinez has been outstanding, Flex. Rashford scores an important moment for us, but I'm going to give it to Dalot. Just so consistent. Headers at the back post every single time. Secure. I'm so comfortable now in this back line. Clean sheet again.
Yeah,
how many is that? That's got to be 4 or 5 for De Gea as well. For that back four, it just looks so good in defence right now. But I'm going to give it to Dalot.
Okay. Love that.